Hey everyone, Shabby here and welcome back to the next episode of our SWE World Cup. This one's a big one, the second match from Group C, Germany versus Puerto Rico, live from Fresno, California, I think that is. And here is our first match of the evening. Alexander Wolfe takes on Epico Cologne. It should be a good one, this one as well, actually. Although I feel like on paper in this one, I think Germany is going to have an absolutely fantastic night. I think just Alexander Wolfe might be the weaker member of the squad, but with Bad Bones and especially Walter, I feel like this German squad might be just a bit too strong here for Puerto Rico. I keep getting that mixed up. But of course, in the other half of this group, we've already seen Samoa versus Mexico. Mexico getting that 4-1 victory, which makes things very, very interesting here. Because with Samoa struggling, it means that certain people could get good results here. If Germany was to possibly win this match 5-0, I'm not saying they will, but I think it's a big possibility to do so. If they do win this one 5-0, then all of a sudden Germany's going to be a nice chunk ahead of Samoa as well. Then Samoa's really got to fight Germany back, and I just feel like Walter, especially, Bad Bones is pretty good, but I feel like Walter especially is going to be someone who is going to cause a lot of problems for some of the bigger nations, such as Samoa and even Mexico as well. So, we will find out exactly what's going to happen. This is the big one for me. I think this is, no offence to Alexander Wolfe, but I think this might be their best chance tonight, Puerto Rico, of getting a point. I honestly feel like on paper Germany's going to walk this one. I like Alexander Wolfe though. And it's nice to have a an actual German who's on the game as well. That's why when me and PJ Toby came up with this whole idea, we looked at some of the people that we like, and we looked at some people that's on the game. Yeah, this guy being... This Germany was a last-minute admission into the competition, I will admit. I was knocking around with some other ideas of nations, and we ended up going with Germany in the end because it had the stronger team. It looked like it was the one that was going to have most influence in the competition, and that's exactly what I feel is going to happen here. As out comes Epico, and for a change, I'll be able to tell you which one's Epico and which one's Primo because they're in separate matches until we get to the six-man tag. Yeah, I don't think Epico and Primo are bad. I just don't think they're going to be quite as highly rated as the Germans are. But even the other ones as well, like when Samoa comes up against Puerto Rico. I mean, don't get me wrong, Carlito is a strong member, but there's only so much Carlito can do. If Epico and Primo don't pull their weight, it's going to be a pretty difficult competition for these guys. So, it needs to be something good. It needs to be something big. But Epico taking his time here. Extremely confident, as the Colognes normally are. And why wouldn't he be? He feels like he's got a chance here. He's the one with the experience. The experience that Alexander Wolfe doesn't necessarily have in big competitions. Of course, Epico and Primo have been in the main roster in WWE for quite a few years now. And part of our universe mode as well. We've not really seen Alexander Wolfe as part of any of our universe modes as of yet. I think he will be involved in Carnage though coming up soon. That's backbreaker there, and now just wrenching the back of Alexander Wolfe and just flopping him face first. As Epico there with a snap suplex. It is Epico, isn't it? Yeah. Snap suplex. And Epico taking an early advantage over Alexander Wolfe. This could be his chance to prove what he can do. Of course, we've only had one whitewash so far, and that was the US versus Europe, our first opening episode. Europe, very disappointing. You get that a lot in World Cup, so you'll notice with the Football World Cup, you'll have a couple of teams that are very surprising how good they've turned out to be. Normally the host nations are quite good. But in the Football World Cup as well, you'll notice there'll be a couple of nations that really underperform. Normally those nations are called England. The US didn't make it this year in the World Cup, did they? No, they didn't. Which is a bit of a surprise because they normally dominate the North American area, especially when you look at the likes of Panama qualifying. Not that I'm rubbing it in here. And I'll tell you what, Epico might have an idea here. Maybe go for a count-out victory. The referee's up to a 7 now already. Epico, if he pulls this off, that'd be special of him. Face first into the post. And then heading straight off the post again. Epico, get in the ring, mate. You might have this. Oh my god, he's going to do it. Epico. Wow. He has just... Wow. Epico. He came out with a tactic. No wonder he was looking very impressed with himself. He had a tactic. He had an idea. And he's pulled it off. Wow. Epico getting the victory via countout against Alexander Wolfe, using the environment to his advantage. Wow, that is clever, that is, by Epico. Very, very clever. And Puerto Rico take the lead early on in this episode, 1-0 with the victories. Epico out of nowhere getting the win. And here's our second match of the evening. It is going to be Bad Bones taking on Primo. Bad Bones is going to be looking to get this match back to an equal level here. I think Bad Bones will be pretty disappointed. Especially Alexander Wolfe. Alexander Wolfe will be very disappointed himself, to be honest. I think that he'll know he should have done better here this evening. But I still feel like Germany should pull this one through, you know. I just think on paper they're just much a stronger team. But I've been wrong. I've been wrong in the past. There's every reason I could be wrong here again. But I feel like Bad Bones' pure experience is going to be the one thing that gets him over this. Alexander Wolfe really got sucked into Epico's tactics, and Epico played it perfectly. He really did. And to steal that point, I really honestly thought Epico and Primo were going to lose all their matches. Now, if I look into the future, Puerto Rico's next match is against Mexico. And we've got Primo versus Mysterio, Epico versus Pentagon, and Guerrero versus Carlito. I mean, I don't fancy Puerto Rico's chances too much. And then episode 23, or 22 should I say, sorry, is Samoa versus Puerto Rico. Rikishi versus Primo, Umaga versus Epico, and Joe versus Carlito. I feel like, yeah, again, just like we had a few days ago with Australia and India, I feel like this could be Puerto Rico's big chance to show what they can do. If they have a poor showing tonight, then I feel like they could be down and out of this competition very, very early. If they have a decent night tonight, which have started off very well, if they could even win this episode, then you never know. Puerto Rico could maybe steal themselves a second place. Samoa looking pretty poor in their opening match of the group stages. If they looked poor again, all of a sudden, you never know. You never freaking know, do you? As here comes Primo then, looking very confident as well. He's seen his brother already pull off the tactics they've put aside. Does Epico, Primo and Carlito have another tactic in the locker for this one? I dare say Bad Bones is not going to be as simple to trick and get that count-out victory against. Wow, Bad Bones' tattoos look a bit iffy, don't they? But either way, it was the best Bad Bones we could get. Primo offering the handshake. Oh, and then catching Bad Bones the right hand, and yes, looks like Primo does have some sort of tactic, but in fairness, all he's done is pissed off Bad Bones now, which is maybe not the wisest idea. As Bad Bones taking some early control with that takedown, but can he build upon it? Spring, and that Bad Bones is pretty bad, isn't it? But it was the best one on Community Creations. It's just the tattoos are a little bit untextured. Bad Bones now. Oh, nice. Takedown. It's not a bad Bad Bones. Bad Bones. Bad Bones. It's just not the best. It'll have to do for now. It's not like we're using it for an entire universe mode. It's just part of the World Cup. But then again, we don't know how strong of a run Germany's going to have. They are the third tier team in this group. The third seed in this group. So on paper, we estimated that Mexico and Samoa should get a bit further than them. But like I said, with the way that Samoa lost in the first round, you never know. Bad Bones taking Primo up on his shoulders. Primo fights free into the lifting DDT. Primo now bringing him back up. Bad Bones slides free into a neckbreaker. Bad Bones brings Primo back up to his feet. There's a stiff right hand. Primo fighting back there with the elbows. Then into a Saito suplex as well. And now Primo taking the top turnbuckle pad off. Like I said, Primo definitely has a tactic here as well. But maybe took a bit too much time doing that. And now Bad Bones taking some control back. Bad Bones hooking the arms. Looking for a super butterfly suplex. Primo launched across the ring. Bad Bones heads up top. Looking for that big double foot stomp, but Primo rolled out the way. But Bad Bones catches him straight away into a flatliner. Now bringing Primo back up. And the longer this match has gone on, the more Bad Bones has taken control of it. But Primo sliding out the back. So if Primo got a win here as well, that would really be out of the blue, wouldn't it? I mean, I was surprised with Epico getting the win over Alexander Wolfe, but if Primo stuck some out here as well, that would be crazy. Primo springing Bad Bones back into the middle of the ring. Up on his feet, there's the snapmare. Now just slowing the pace down, wrenching that arm back. Oh, Bad Bones in some severe pain here. Really wrenching back. Stiff right hand, and Bad Bones does break free, but some damage has been done to that arm. Primo now draped across the turnbuckle. Bad Bones dragging Primo away. Looking for a shotgun dropkick. Springs him out. Bad Bones now dragging Primo away from the ropes. Dropping a boot in his spine. Brings him straight back up before slamming him down again. Bad Bones has turned it up a gear now. Before locking in that submission, the Gargano escape. Locked in. Is Primo going to have to tap? He's middle of the ring. He does tap. And Bad Bones gets the point and makes it 1-1. Wow. That was what Germany needed there to get back in this one. Makes it back up to 1-1. It's now down to the final two matches. Walter versus Carlito. And of course the big six-man tag. See that Bad Bones just stamped on the arm and the shoulder of Primo, who rolled out the way instinctively and then rolled straight into the position that Bad Bones wanted him in for this Gargano escape. And eventually Primo had no choice but to tap there. He was very valiant in holding on to it for so long, but I think he must have realised there's no point. He gives up the point now, but he stays in a better condition for the six-man tag, which of course worth more points. Plus, he wasn't going to go anywhere. He was locked in the middle of the ring. He was stuck. He had no choice but to tap out there, I think. And here is the big last singles match of the episode. Then Carlito takes on Big Van. Well, that's Big Van Vader. What's he called then? I forgot his name is now. Is it Big Walter? I know it's Walter. I thought that's going to annoy me now. That is going to annoy me, and I can't be bothered to go to the computer and Google it. It's Big Daddy Walter, I think. Something like that. This Carlito's pretty good, though, isn't it? It's not bad. Does the trick. If we ever want to use him as part of one of our universe modes, I'm sure he'll squeeze in nicely as part of the Colognes. I'm thinking at some point maybe a King of Trios tournament, so the Colognes and Carlito again, another trio that could be involved in that tournament. I don't know why, but I just really enjoyed tournament, especially this where there's points involved, and I know it's really nerdy, but I say I've not wanted to record WWE 2K18 footage. Not wanted to record it, but it has become a little bit of a chore every now and again. But when this World Cup has started, I have not wanted to record this much ever before. Literally, I'm recording 3 or 4 episodes a day, and that's quite a lot for me, really. But I really enjoy it. I really do, especially this whole thing with the World Cup and that. And we should have done it a long time ago. PJ Toby's been pushing me to this World Cup now for such a long time. And finally, I've caved in. And it was just a fantastic idea. I'm really enjoying it. I'm hoping you guys are enjoying it as well. As we come... This will be the end of Group C. So we've got beginning of Group D coming up for the next couple of days. Next couple of days. We've got Canada versus Ireland. That's a big one. That is a really good one, that is. And then Tonga versus South Africa. Group D is a bloody strong group. Probably the strongest group there is in the entire competition, just for depth. But talking of big, strong, here comes Walter. A man we've used several times in some of our universe modes. And I feel like, I don't know why, right, but I've just got these things in my mind for Carnage. One of the things I've got in my mind for Carnage is big, brutish. That's what I've got in my mind for Carnage. And I feel like Walter might just fit that, you know. I feel like Ring Kampf might just fit. I don't know. There's a lot going on in Carnage already. I need to probably just rein my mind in a little bit because I'm going a bit too much with Carnage, I think. So we've still got Carnage left. I'm going to try and do, right. I think I made a decision now. I think we're going to go for Universe Tournament, Universe Tournament, Universe Tournament. We're going to go them sort of lines, I think. So once this is finished, we'll probably start with Carnage. Once Carnage is finished, we'll do another tournament. Once another tournament's finished, we'll go with either Throwdown or Mayhem. Then we'll do another tournament, and then we'll do another, whatever was left between Throwdown and Mayhem. Then we'll do another tournament, and then either 2K or 19 will be ready to release. Or we'll just do whatever we feel like doing. Maybe another tournament or whatever. Maybe create a new brand. I've got lots of ideas for other brands that we can do. Lots of ideas. Or we can revisit one of the brands we've already done. Which we will do. We're not just going to leave these brands. But we'll do another Octane, another Adrenaline, and so forth in the future. I just want to try and mix it up and do some different stuff. I don't want to become like a one-trick pony, just the same things over and over again. As Carlito getting a very strong start here over Walter, knows once again that he needs to try and outpace, out-agility, outdo the big man early on, really. But can he keep this pace up for long enough to get the victory? That's the big question. Carlito just springing Walter back into the ring. Of course, currently at 1-1, so this match is not going to define who wins it, but it will define who goes into the 6-man tag with the lead. Of course, if one of these two teams win, they'll be 2-1 up. If they win the 6-man tag, they'll win the match 4-1. If they win and then they lose the 6-man tag, they will lose the night 3-2. So it's an interesting one. If they share the points, then it will mean that Samoa will be bottom of the group after the first round of matches, which is pretty crazy, really. But in fairness, I did do Seed 1 versus Seed 2 in all the first matches, and Seed 3 versus Seed 4, which I thought would be a nice way just to get us into it by getting us some big matches early on. And then after that, it's going to be down to basically just trying to get some more points. Stocking up on the points, because like I said earlier on, I feel like both Samoa and Mexico will probably hammer Puerto Rico, in fairness. I think Carlito has the best chance of them to get a point here and there. However, Germany, on the other hand, I think might have a good chance against Samoa and Mexico, you know. Pinned there by Walter on Carlito, only enough for a 1 count. Walter now just twisting the head of Carlito. I think Walter, on paper, is the strongest member of the Germany squad. Walter taking Carlito up, but Carlito slides at the back into a reverse DDT. There's the pin by Carlito. Only a 1 count, wow. Walter kicks out of that very, very quickly. Before Carlito takes him down, boot in the face as well. Now Carlito just dropping in, wrenching back of that arm. In with the arm bar, but Walter does use his superior strength there to roll free. And now Walter taking Carlito up and launching him. Walter dragging Carlito away from the ropes into the pin. He drops. Only a 1 count. Carlito with that elbow right in the gut of Walter. Walter with a right hand in the gut of Carlito now, though. Nice scoop slam. And Walter with that stiff right hand right in the face of Carlito. Now just twisting the head and the neck as well, causing some pain. Don't think it's going to be enough to make Carlito tap, but it is going to slow the pace of the match down, give Walter a chance to catch a breath and maybe think about what he's going to go for next, which is a sleeper hold on Carlito. See Walter there blocking off Carlito's access to the ropes. Are we going to get another submission? Oh no, it's a knockout victory. Wow. Walter just choked out Carlito to make it 2-1 to Germany on the night with just a 6-man tag left. Walter, that was dominant actually. See, Carlito got a few early bits of aggression in, but Walter was really on top of things. And Carlito does accept the handshake. Walter makes it 2-1 to Germany on the night with just a 6-man tag left. And here is that 6-man tag. Then Epico, Primo and Carlito take on Walter, Alexander Wolfe and Bad Bones. This is a big one then. So of course, at this point in time, this match is still up for grabs. If Team Puerto Rico, which I spelled wrong here, haven't I? Have I spelled it right? Let's have a look. No, that's right. Team Puerto Rico, currently 1-2 down. If they win this one, they'll win the match 3-2, which will put them second in the group behind Mexico. Of course, Mexico on 4, Samoa on 1. We now know that no matter what happens here this evening, Samoa will be lower than Germany, so Germany can't bottom the group. So if Germany does lose here, they will be in 3rd place. However, if Germany win the 6-man tag, that will put Germany and Mexico both on 4 points at the top of the table, and put Puerto Rico and Samoa both on 1 point at the bottom of the table. Which sounds worse than what it probably is for Samoa. Bearing in mind Samoa do have to face off against Puerto Rico, which I really think Puerto Rico are struggling that one. That could easily be a 5-0 win to Samoa. But then again, I said the same thing about this here this evening. And maybe if Puerto Rico are clever enough, they might try and, I don't know, so they might try and change around their guys to try and pit maybe their strongest versus Samoa's weakest, but I don't know if that's a wise thing to do, maybe, I'm not sure. But I think the Samoa will be able to pull that one out of the bag. The big one for me will end up, I think, being Samoa. It depends on what happens here as well. If Germany gets the win here and makes this 4-1, I feel like Samoa versus Germany is going to be a massive, massive match. And that is going to be... Is that our next round? It is. Samoa versus Germany is our next match in this group. That could be huge. If Germany win this here this evening, Samoa versus Germany could be absolutely massive. Because if Germany get another strong position there, and Samoa have a dodgy evening, all of a sudden Germany could take Samoa's place. And Samoa, for me, were one of the strongest teams in the competition. And they could get knocked out. They might not even make it through to the knockout stage if they have a bad run against Germany. Which is very possible, because Walter, like I said, is very, very strong. Bad Bones is no pushover. Alexander Wolfe, I think, had an unlucky evening. He was caught out by some superior tactics by Epico. And that's a bit iffy, isn't it? I've just realised what that looks like. And the 3 Germans coming out doing that salute, that looks very dodgy. I didn't do that on purpose, honestly. I really didn't do that on purpose. It just so happens that that's what it looks like. Oh my god. I didn't even notice I did that. Oh, that's shocking. It is the Nation of Domination entrance, of course. Well, I didn't even realise I did that, to be honest. I didn't watch the entrance the whole way through, I must admit. I just picked the ones that looked right early on. Oh my god, and now Walter's doing dodgy taunts as well. Either way, it's looking a little bit up and down here. Germany have some early aggression in the form of Bad Bones and Alexander Wolfe, but it's Walter who's struggling against someone. I want to say Primo. I think it might be Epico. No, yeah, I mean, it might know. I think that's Epico. I think Primo's the one with a beard and Epico's the shaven one. I think. I could be making that up though, to be honest with you. As now Germany taken some control, or maybe not. As Carlito and Epico turning it around. And all of a sudden, Carlito and Epico have Bad Bones alone in the middle of the ring. Carlito moonsault from the top rope, taking Bad Bones down. As Primo taking control of Alexander Wolfe from the outside. And again, this is good tactics here by Team Puerto Rico. They might not be the strongest team in the competition, but all being family members, they have a great finesse for working together and tactical play. That's one thing I've noticed a lot in this match between these two, is that Germany were definitely the strongest on paper, but Puerto Rico have used their wit very well to get that point against Alexander Wolfe and almost pull off a good one against Bad Bones as well before he got the submission victory. But now things are changing. There's only so long that could have gone for. Now Bad Bones has Primo where he wants him. Into that clothesline, Epico slides back in the ring. I'm aware that I possibly could be getting both of those guys mixed up. I always do. So one's got more white than red on the boots, and the other one's got more red than white on the boots. That could be an easier way to figure it out, but I don't know which one's which. It doesn't really matter, does it? Anyway, Walter going after Epico. I think. I might be wrong, actually. No, it's Primo. I give up. I bloody hate commentating matches with these two involved because I've got no idea which one's bloody which most of the time. But either way, Team Puerto Rico in the middle of the ring, in control once again. But Walter fighting back against Carlito, but the numbers game just catching up with him as Primo catches him from behind. Alexander Wolfe now slides back in the ring to try and even the numbers game up a bit. Goes after Carlito, try to hook him into almost like a T-bone. I don't know what happened there, but it seemed to work out pretty well for Walter. As Bad Bones now takes Primo up. Gonna drop him face first on that top turnbuckle. So actually, this match is a lot more even than I thought. Again, I thought that Germany would walk this entire episode, and so far, they have made hard work of it, and it's a tricky one because I think that Germany might have needed this 5-0 victory here this evening to stand a lot of chance of stealing that position from Samoa, but it's going to come down now to the Germany versus Samoa match. If Germany wins this one and goes 4-1 up, they'll have 3 points in hand on Samoa. So as long as they get a point or two in that episode, then they'll still be ahead of them. Nice big boot in the corner there by Walter. Alexander Wolfe brings Carlito back up to his feet now, taking him up into a sit-out powerbombers. There we go. Walter locking in the sleeper hold once again on Primo. And this is surely going to be enough. Primo is out, ladies and gentlemen. And Walter secures Germany the 4-1 victory. Looked a bit iffy for a while, but Walter is just the shining talisman for this Germany side. He is a real force to be reckoned with, and got to be someone that the other teams in this group will be worried about. Because he has shown just his sheer dominance in this one. Choking out Carlito and choking out Primo as well. That's what you need. If you've got one big talisman in your team, that's exactly what you need. And that's exactly what Walter has been here. And look at that, with both Epico and Carlito grounded, Walter spotted his opportunity and just choked out Primo. And there we go. Germany take the win. 4 points to 1. Which means that both Germany and Mexico joint lead the group on 4 points. And Samoa and Puerto Rico both joint bottom the group on 1 point. That's going to make it very, very tricky for Samoa now, because they need to get 3 more points than Germany in the next 2 matches to secure themselves that place, or to secure themselves a playoff anyway. And they need 4 more points than Germany in those next 2 matches to secure it confirmed. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, and I do feel like the whole match between Germany and Samoa coming up on our next set of episodes. So that's episode number 14. Episode number 14 is Germany versus Samoa. I think that's going to be a massive episode, because if Samoa do not perform in that one, I feel like they could get knocked out in the knockouts, and they get knocked out in the group stages, sorry, and Germany could steal their place. But anyway, guys, that's the end of this episode. Before I go, actually, let's just pop up a league table on there. I've already gone through it once. But as you can see there, Samoa and Puerto Rico both at bottom of the group on joint 1 point, and Germany and Mexico both top the group on 4 points each. It's going to make it very interesting, this group now then. I feel like Samoa has still got a lot to show. They lost 4-1, but it was in theory against a stronger team out of the other three. But then again, Germany is very, very strong as well. It's going to be all to play for in this group. Nothing is guaranteed for Samoa. And if they do get knocked out, I'm sure there's a lot of the big teams that will be very, very happy about that, because they are incredibly strong and have fought through.